Ludwig is being harassed by Hasan. Oh, is that because he freaking came out and like said that it was a shot collar? But they already confirmed it was a shot collar. That's not like new news. I kind of want to check that one out, but it's a bit of a long one, isn't it? And I'm kind of like I'm literally I got to like go to bed. I got a doctor's appointment early in the morning. Let me see if I can find a shorter one. If not, we'll watch Fish because I love Fish. She's so cool. Please go subscribe to Fish. She's amazing. I don't see anything specifically. Rev says Desu has a shorter one. 18 minutes. I'm gonna link both of these for y'all.
Well,
I'm gonna link both because I really want y'all to go support Fish. He's amazing. He has some great content, and he is on the rise, baby. He's at 27.6k. Let's get him to 28. Almost. Let's see. I think he wants to get to 30k. I don't know what these goals are. I'm just saying. Bro's probably gonna hit 30k by the end of the year. He's great. I love him. One of my favorite VTubers.
Still...
Alright, I'm gonna link Fish, but we're gonna check out this Rev Says Desu one because it's a little bit shorter. I saw on Twitter, I saw the video on Twitter where Ludwig came out and said, that like it was something super simple. All he said was like, no, that was definitely a shock collar. He was like, I don't know if he shocked the dog, but he's like, he 100, like, it is in fact a shock collar, like, which is like nothing new. Like Ludwig had, like, at this point, Ludwig has confirmed it. Cutie Cinderella has confirmed it. Freaking Hasan Piker showed it like an idiot. Like, so yeah, he confirmed it.
Rallying behind
like nobody's questioning whether it's a shot collar or not. It's 100% a shot collar.
Stream sniped him to scream "Free Kaya."
Nikkei anniversary. I am excited for it. I was debating whether I should stream the current event, but I'm actually gonna go through it. I've actually missed quite a few days of it, but I'm gonna just go through that one on my own. And I'm probably gonna stream the anniversary event, depending on like what, you know, how I see, what's going on. I'm hoping to do my 100 pulls as well.
Yeah, you can't stop
all at the same time.
But there's an interesting
I'm
development.
not gonna lie, I didn't have the money for it, so I didn't get the Joe Valentine mission pass. It is what it is, right? Like, yeah. But it's like, I'm actually kind of glad too, because now I have an excuse to be like, I didn't spend my monies on last one.
With a different content creator, someone nobody expected, and that's Ludwig. Now this meme
Pulled
is
100 times, didn't get the ninja.
okay? I see it all the time. People made this because they believe.
I mean, you might still get another chance with the anniversary,
Ludwig is on
like
a leash
with any free pulls to get for the anniversary.
Controls his actions and will basically discipline him whenever he steps
Page
out
your
of
wish
line
list.
and criticizes something Hasan has done. But many people are believing he might have broken free of these chains and he's now off a leash. So many dog puns, but yeah, a lot of people are looking at a recent stream where Ludwig pretty much.
Wait, what? I just realized.
I
realized that they took away the Hasan holding his chain.
Off a leash. So many dog puns, but yeah, a lot of people are looking at a recent stream where Ludwig pretty much made it clear he doesn't like Hasan. In fact, he claims he's not his friend, and as soon as his streaming career is done, he, like 95% of the other people he associates with, will no longer be someone he wants to talk to. And he also talked about why all this began, the last 18...
What? You're saying that once he retires from his money-making career, he's no longer going to associate himself with the guy who supports actual terrorism? Hasan Piker? The guy who said the Americans deserve 9/11? The guy who friggin' like hates veterans and whatnot? Like, oh, okay. I can't believe it.
Where a lot of people are calling
You're saying most modern Americans don't like people who support terrorism?
A Hasan defender, and a lot of people from Hasan's community are simultaneously saying that he's a Hasan hater.
So I uploaded a video that talked about really not much. It was a filler video, but Hasan saying that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. I poked fun at Hasan, And then I went on to do a sponsored ad read. I forget for what sponsor. And then filled up some bullshit, called it a day, made some money. Easy gig. Until Hasan reacted to it on stream.
And now, before he even tries to BS you, maybe he won't, right? Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. Basically, Hasan Piker, Hasan Piker's chat was like, went over to Ludwig's chat and told him, like, Hasan Piker's pissed off. He's pissed, bro. He's pissed. You're freaking, like, and he's like, what? No, don't be mad. And then he went and, like, freaking, took down the video. And then later on started making up a bunch of BS about how it was like, oh, I took it down because the sponsors weren't happy. Oh.
And then the video got a bit brigaded by Hasan fans who are upset. And the sponsors, not so happy these days. I don't know if you know this. When Hasan comes up for sponsored deliverables. So I took it down. All right. I uploaded the sponsor at a later date, and then I re-uploaded the video. But because of that, I inserted myself in...
Specifically cutting out the critique of Hasan. That is wild to say, though, that literally any sponsorship, the moment you bring up Hasan Piker, is just like, bring it down. Hasan Piker's mentioned, get rid of him. He's bad for business. Bad for business.
Some shit that has been with me for 18 months. Bitch move? Maybe, but I also don't care to die on...
To be fair, wasn't it Emeru and Lily Pichu? Was it that when they were like at one of the conventions, they mentioned how they were not allowed, like they specifically avoided Hasan Piker and avoided mentioning or talking about Hasan Piker because like the sponsors told them to avoid talking about like
So yeah, that's pretty
like,
much
yeah, he's a freaking terrorist supporter. Like, how freaking... I don't care how handsome he is, ladies, and I don't care if he follows your particular brand of politics. If you support terrorists, you're just garbage. You're bad for business.
Thing involving Ludwig and Hasan.
Nobody likes that.
18 months ago, he makes a video where he takes a very small shot
Nobody
at
but
Hasan,
like a small amount of like...
Hasan's comments about a
weirdos
9 to 5
on Twitter
being easier than streaming is a bit ridiculous. And it's funny, too, hearing that from Hasan, you know... the leader of the working class over here, calling his streaming job harder. Of course, there's unique challenges with streaming, but you're not going to reach the average Joe with that sort of comment. But he took that small shot. Hasan did not like it one bit. He talked about it on stream. Ludwig gets brigaded. He gets scared for his sponsors and then pulls the video. And then 18 months ensue of non-stop brigading from Hasan's community, which is not surprising.
You know what? I can't lie, though. If the reason why he took it down was because the sponsors were like, hey, why would you bring up Hasan Piker? He's a terrorist supporter or whatever. Maybe they might have not said it like that, right? But like, whatever. They were just like, listen, he's bad for business. Take it down. If it's genuine, if that's true, and they were like, listen, bad for business, I get it, right? Like, don't do whatever you gotta do to secure the bag. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't let nothing get in between you and your paycheck. I don't know if I believe it 100%. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But you gotta admit, it looked hella sleazy in the moment, in the instance. And I feel like if he would have came out and explained it that way, like he is now, probably a lot more people wouldn't have been as, like, judgmental of him, I feel like.
At all. But going further into one of these recent streams, Ludwig has made it clear he believes, in reference to Collargate, that Hasan 100% used a shock collar.
I think he lied about having a shock collar.
Yeah, hey man, I gotta clarify here. I think either Rev misspoke or he's just wrong. But he did not say, at no point did Ludwig say that Hasan Piker used a shock collar on Kaya. He never admitted to that Hasan Piker shot Kaya. He never said any of that. He said that very clearly the shock collar that Hasan Piker showed on stream was a shock collar. He obviously cut the prongs and tried to duct tape it to make it look like it wasn't. But he did a shit job. Obviously it was a shock collar. Obviously. Even the company, supposedly, and this is like, you gotta believe it, because this is basically somebody emailed the company, and you have to believe whether it's true or not, and apparently the company responded back, and said that is in fact their shock collar model. Yeah, at that point, you just gotta believe, the email, basically, right? Whether you believe it or don't believe it is up to you. But I believe my own eyeballs. I trust them. My eyeballs have been getting me. I'm 29 years old. My eyeballs have been getting me through 29 years of life, and so far they haven't steered me wrong. Right? Like every once in a while, they make me run into a wall or whatnot. But like normally that's because they got like something was in my eyes or something, But no, most of the time, my eyeballs have been doing a pretty good job. So I tend to believe my eyeballs.
100% had a shock collar based off what's on my For You page. Maybe I'm getting psyoped. He's adamant that he hasn't shocked her. But that 100% is a shock collar, as a fact.
Yeah, again, he's not saying at any point that Hasan Piker shocked him. What he's saying is that is a shock collar. And I feel like people are trying to make it seem like he is 100% going, screw you, Hasan Piker. Like, he's not doing that. He's just pointing a fact. It's a fact. Like, he hasn't taken any side here. That is 100% a freaking shock collar. Like, if you're denying it's a shock collar, you're either denying it maliciously, like you're trying to make it seem like it's not a shock collar to try to defend Hasan, or you're just an idiot, like flat out. You're just like, how can you not? It's a shock collar, stupid. Like, look at it.
I feel like that shit is 100% a shock collar. But I got no clue. And I think when you come in and you say, oh no, you're gonna get the Hasan call now, I think like you are like genuinely pathetic.
So as I was stating earlier in the video, it appears that Ludwig
I agree.
is off leash.
Like, there's a lot of context here that I feel like is being left out too, or not context, but I feel like he's not using complete sentences here. But I feel like when he's saying what he means is, if you're coming in here to try to like be like, hey, no, we have to lie about this. We have to lie that it's not a shock collar. That's pathetic. Like, that's a shock collar. No duh. If you're trying to make the argument that he didn't shock her, that's a different argument. But that is 100% a shock collar. And by the virtue of you trying to pretend that it's not a shock collar, it makes Hasan look hella way more guilty. Because now it's like, why the hell are you hiding it? Why are you trying to hide that it's a shock collar? Like, that makes me feel like you definitely shocked the dog. Because you don't even want to admit that it's a shock collar, bro.
She is biting back against Hasan. In the context he provided there, just to make it very clear, this whole ordeal over the past 18 months began with a video where he made a comment poking fun at Hasan, saying streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job, which is really ironic coming from Hasan, the guy who's representing the working class, so to speak. But that led to 18 months of really two types of people getting angry. People were calling Ludwig spineless for deleting the video, and then Hasan fans were very angry. So he kind of made a lot of different...
I was definitely on the camp of calling him spineless. I definitely didn't believe what he was saying at the time. Now that he's broken it down a little bit better and explained specifically that the sponsors were like, hey, this is basically mentioning this particular person as a brand risk. Or even not necessarily Hasan Piker, but just mentioning this topic. In this case, it wasn't a topic. It was absolutely the fact that he just brought up Hasan Piker. But in general, if a brand says, hey, this topic or this thing or this person is a brand risk, take it down or remove it, I can't really fault him for that. That's because, you gotta secure your bag. It just happened to be that, in this case, there was no topic. It was just the fact that he brought up Hasan Piker. And of course, he's way too controversial. He's way too, strongly opinionated. In support of Hamas, Hezbollah, and 9/11. So it's kind of like, you can't, it's like, of course he's a brand risk. Of course he is. So I can't get mad at this fool for for getting the monies. You know what I'm saying? I would get the monies.
Angry with that decision.
If it's a question between me looking shitty and me getting the monies, I'm gonna get the monies, cause I don't care what your opinion of me is. You get your opinion of me does not pay my rent.
He claims it wasn't because of Hasan reaching out to him personally.
I don't think I'll get a big dog yet. I think I'll only get a sized dog, like a Chihuahua.
And also because he was worried.
There's gotta be somewhere in the middle. There's gotta be a dog that's bigger than a Chihuahua, but not a huge dog. because I feel like Chihuahuas are kind of. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna say they're kind of stupid. And I say that as someone who has a dog the size of a Chihuahua. So you gotta get like one of those small dogs that's like one of those like sheep herding dogs. So it's like it's a small dog, but it's smart and it's not like stupid. It's not like one single brain cell. So like it won't be too difficult to teach it to go pee outside and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
About upsetting sponsors, but
get like
as
a
result
corgi
of this clip right here, a
Get
lot
like
of
a
people are
corgi.
saying, "Wow, W Ludwig for stepping out against Hasan." You can see the comments on this post sharing the clip. Very positive. Another one turning on Hasan. Let's up those numbers. Ludwig's spine grew 3 vertebrae that day. W Jellywig. Ludwig. And then this image that's been making the rounds. Ludwig turns on Hasan. The rats are eating each other. I love this. So at least
Again, I have to point out. I feel like Ludwig is not even turning on Hasan. He's just pointing out a fact, an undeniable fact at this point. And then Hasan's own audience is like, I can't allow you to do this!
some encouragement, even some positive comments. People saying, hey, at least you finally spoke out against this guy that many
Hey, get
people
you what you
believed
want with it, my dude.
Ludwig
Hell yeah.
was a defender of, to the point of deleting his own videos that criticized him. But guess who's not happy? Hasan's community. They are very upset.
If you're gonna get a Chihuahua, you have to give it like the most Mexican name possible, though.
About what's going on here. And here's this giant board of comments here. Let's just read a few. Him screwing over his own girlfriend's career for this, by the way, but
Call him Señor Pico de Gallo. That'd be a cool dog name.
because in case you
For a
forgot,
Chihuahua, Señor
Cutie
Pico de
Cinderella
Gallo?
is part of the Fear and Pod
For short, you just call him Pico. Just Pico.
with
I got you.
Hasan.
Umberto.
So-
Oh, bro, Umberto is such a freaking that's a freaking name.
In case you didn't know, Ludwig is dating Cutie Cinderella, who also got involved in this because she made comments about Collargate, and that was a whole mess. But basically, as you can see, apparently, if you speak out or have an opinion that
Umberto's up there with like Darío or Vicentes. Like Vicente Fernandez? Vicente. Ooh.
is critical,
Like
of
you can't even say the name without sounding like a mariachi man. You know what I'm saying? Vicente. Ooh.
Hasan, you've ruined your career in the LA streaming scene, which is a
Or
very
for the ladies, like that one novela that my parents used to watch. Gaviota! Gaviota!
sad thing. I don't think this is the W this person thinks it is. This next one says, did you see he apologized to effing Destiny for being mad at him after what he said about QT? The next one says, Ludwig probably hates Hasan because he spends more time with his girlfriend than he does. As you see with like a
That's a bit brutal. For those who don't know the reference, Hasan Piker has a podcast with Ludwig's girlfriend. So there's like a lot of clips and a lot of like videos where Cutie Cinderella's like, for example, like when the Cutie Cinderella was coming out to defend Hasan Piker with the dog situation, and so she said, listen, I've been going to Hasan's house every day for the last 10 years or something like that, and people were like, Ludwig, maybe get a handle on your girl, bro. Like, what do you mean she's been visiting this guy's house like every single day? Like, the podcast is only one day a week or whatever, right? Like, it's only like, or something like that. So it's kind of like people have been making a lot of jokes about Hasan Piker potentially clapping people's, like, you know, other streamers' girlfriends' cheeks behind the scenes. But to be fair, I'm like 90% sure that Hasan Piker is dating Valkyrie. But that doesn't stop ladies like Taylor Lorenz and other ladies trying to get at him, you know what I'm saying?
a lot of these, there's no actual criticism. There's no comments about.
They got about that John Redcorn treatment, them natural massages. You see,
Why
it's
he's
spiritual
wrong
healing for them
saying
headaches.
It's a shock collar. There won't be one single defense of that.
Damn,
Instead,
chat.
it's just personal attacks on Ludwig. Gutless Yakubian devil. I think that's a bit excessive.
Yakubian.
Ludwig would kill a guy just to avoid losing his
My
sponsor,
boy
saying,
Yakub?
I wouldn't even go to Hasan's
You know who Yakub
funeral.
is?
It's crazy. Well, he
It's
said he's
freaking
not friends
KSI's
with Hasan.
ancestor.
And he also said he will no longer associate with 95% of the people he currently does the second his career is over. You can think he's a jerk for saying that, but at least he's honest. Why would he do something like that for someone he's not friends with even now? He's not even pretending to be friends with him right now. For someone who has a degree in journalism, he is not very good at fact-checking. Okay.
Yakub!
Okay, Hasan Defender. I'm
The
glad
creator of
Hasan
white
Defender
people.
with a
For those who don't know, Yakub, he created white people because he had a giant head. He had a mega mind head, and so like thousands of years ago, only black people existed. And then Yakub was born with a giant head, and black people made fun of him. So he's like, I'm gonna invent white people, and then they're gonna enslave all black people, and then he did it. Listen. That's a whole we'll get into that a whole other day. That's a whole other video for another day.
degree in journalism knows about fact-checking. That seems immediately
that's a whole other story for a
This
different
after
day,
Ludwig
chat.
said
We'll
Hasan
get into that
definitely
another
owns a
time.
shock collar, and that he would not call Hasan a friend, and also implied that socialism is when you don't make money today. Based?
Yeah, literally. I'm
Ludwig.
like,
He decides to
I'm
dagger
90%
Hasan.
sure socialism is defined by people not making like a butt ton of money. Ludwig, Ludwig's situation does not exist in a socialist society, like at all.
Today by saying it's 100% a shock collar.
That's
It's
just a fact.
but then immediately says, but I don't know, after researching his own TikTok For You page. MF, you know the dude, your partner is at his house every week. See, another weird personal attack and trying to pick apart words here. I think his opinion's very clear, and again, if you got something to prove
And
that...
the thing is that these are all people who support Hasan Piker, right? And it's like, Ludwig is not even going against him. At this point, it actually helps, it's actually better if Hasan would just admit it's a shock collar. He could even say that he didn't actually shock the dog, but he, like, at this point, trying to deny it is, like, makes you look way more
not
guilty.
A shock collar, go ahead and prove it. But let's read some more. I hate this effing guy. I don't even like Hasan that much anymore. Many oomps will know, but I just effing hate this guy. Well, good counter to the shock collar comment. Ludwig is generally one of the most spineless people on Twitch. Oh, it's amazing. Now the other side's calling him spineless. Wow, what a turn of events here. But here's another one down here. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts doing some right-wing grifts.
I gotta be honest with you. I was definitely all over that bandwagon, that like train, that spineless jelly wit, like all. And now, like, you know, maybe since that whole situation, like that like I at this point I'm just like, bro, I kind of understand where he's coming from. I kind of get it. I get it. It's like, it's too damn much. It's too much. Y'all exaggerate. Y'all too excessive with everything you do. I'm pretty sure Ludwig is just like, I don't care anymore. I do not care. I just want to make content, make YouTube videos, have fun, make money, spend that money on cool shiz, and retire, and then freaking die. Like at the end of my life. Like, and that's the life. Start it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know what? Let the hate flow, bro, at this point. Cause, like, no matter what you do, whether you go against Hasan, or you go for Hasan, or you go whatever the hell, people are gonna get mad no matter what. So just, you know what I'm saying? At least Ludwig, he doesn't need to, like, I feel like he doesn't need to appeal to either or fan base. He has his own fan base. He doesn't need anybody else. He could piss everybody off and he'll be fine. He'll still have a fan base. He'll still make videos. He'll still make money. Sponsors will still sponsor him. And all the other streamers in the industry, Valkyrie, Lily Pichu, even Cricket, like, you know what I'm saying? They're all still gonna hang out with him. It doesn't matter. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like,
The second you speak out against Ludwig or Hasan, you are a right-winger, and that's just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. But this
I think he just wants to get out. I think he's just out. Once he's done.
This guy's friends with a dude who made AI poontang deepfakes for women, or of women, by the way. One of these women were his girlfriends. So basically, you went from it's not a shock collar to if you say it is, I'm going to go after you for who you're friends with. the mind of a Hasan viewer is fascinating. Oh, also reminder that your goat zaps his dog. All good though. Yeah, the standard of talking about what someone's friend did, I mean, couldn't you say that about every...
Again, it's like okay, so because it's like what does Ludwig being friends with somebody who made deepfakes of women, which yeah, I if I remember correctly, the same person made a deepfake of his girlfriend of Cutie Cinderella, but he like forgave him or whatever, and like they were like made whatever it was. Who cares? Point being, is like, what does that have to do with Hasan's having a shock collar on his dog? Like that doesn't disprove, that doesn't defend Hasan. You get what I'm saying?
Everyone who's friends with Hasan, and you bring up the million things he's done.
Hasan Piker still put a shock collar on his dog.
He's friends with,
and in my opinion, it seems like he shot his freaking dog. Like you don't gotta like just cause your thing is true doesn't mean Hasan didn't shock his dog.
And also, it's just weird to suddenly now care about this and criticize Ludwig for it when you had nothing to say about it until he finally said something negative about Hasan.
At this point, I kind of have to just say, like, I kind of fully understand if people don't want to get like even discuss any of this BS. I personally don't discuss politics at all, ever, never. I never wanted to discuss it. I discuss Hasan Piker and this whole situation because this has to do with the streaming space, the streaming community, and I like getting involved in that. So if it has something to do with that, I'll get involved. But if it's just straight politics, I don't care. Like, I'll talk smack about Donald Trump all day, but I don't really want to make videos on it. That's just boring to me. You know what I'm saying?
But also, Asmongold would come in and talk about Hasan's community because, as we see, they're quite toxic.
Do you think that the most vicious, personal, and hostile forms of hate that I've had leveraged at me over all the years has absolutely been from Hasan's community? And it is not even remotely close. Like, 100%, his community has been the most toxic and hostile. And again,
I really wasn't gonna mention this. Yeah, I'll let him finish talking. I didn't want to mention it, but I've had a couple of quite a few people that have turned up in my videos.
If somebody else wants to give their opinion on this or whatever else, that's fine. But when you have Dr. K saying this, you have, or at least indirectly, you have Ludwig saying this indirectly. I mean, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing here? I mean, how many points on a line or on a graph do you need to make a line? Yeah, that's it. It's the left overall. It is. It's left-wing people overall, and I think that his community is a conduit for that. And you're right that in some ways it's guilt by association. And I think in some cases maybe you're right. Maybe that's not necessarily fair to him because it is guilt by association. But I think that other left-wing communities, like for example, you know, like Destiny's community, has been hostile to me. But they have been, Destiny's community is a lot different. And I can't speak to, I know Hasan and Destiny have like a lot more personal, like, you know, friction than like I and Destiny have really had over the years, I would say. So like there's not really that same level of animosity. But when Destiny's community attacks me, they attack things that I say. When Hasan's community attacks me, they attack who I am.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone out there.
I'll be honest. When it comes to Destiny specifically, I think I've definitely criticized him in the past, but I've never really had any interactions with his fan base. I'll be completely honest for the most part. I think I'm way too small of a channel to really get that much attention. Funny enough, I've gotten plenty of attention from Hasan Piker fans. In a lot of cases, they'll be like standard, bog standard stuff, insults, disagreements. Not necessarily always a bad thing. I will say, and this is, I'm only one monkey with a very small channel, a very small fan base. The Hasan Piker fan base is the only one that said that actually told me to go die. Like, they're the only ones that have threatened my life. And like told me to go unalive myself, and like they hope I unalive by whatever means. So this is literally only my personal experience, right? But they're the only ones so far in my 2 plus almost 3 years of like YouTubing. So that's all I can say. I don't know. I'm just giving you my only experience with it. You know what I'm saying?
There, that's being slightly objective, that could deny that Hasan's community is very toxic. Like, it's a fact. at this point. And as Asmongold pointed out, and really the comments we just looked at point out as well, it's not criticism when they're going after someone. It's just personal attacks. It's just name calling, slander, and arguing with strawmen. That's literally all they got. It hits a little different. But Dr. K, who's someone very popular on the scene, he's worked with a lot of content creators, including providing therapy and things like that. And he says that one of the biggest complaints is about Hasan and his community.
There's a lot of pent-up stuff, I think, that's specifically towards Hasan. So I know, for example, that, and I'm not saying this is true or not true, I'm just saying that with the creators that I've worked with, one of the things that there are a handful of communities that they're really scared of, and Hasan's is one of them. I'm not saying that that's justified or not justified. I'm not saying it's true or not true, but just for whatever reason, right? And when people say, I'll ask them, like, why, right? What concerns you about? And I think it has something to do with his size, his rigidity, and the tribalism of his community, right? There's an...
I love that word for it, the tribalism. It definitely is quite a bit of tribalism. If you remember it correctly, there was that one lady who was getting harassed by the community, Hasan's community, and they were even telling her, like, even if he did those things, we still need him as the face of the left. And it's like, that's just like flat out, like, you're basically just excusing his wrongdoing. You don't really care whether he did something wrong or not. You're gonna forgive him anyways because you want him to push your agenda. And that's just wrong. I have many a time. Like, I was a huge Dr. Disrespect fan. I was a huge completionist fan. Huge YMS fan. Huge iDubbbz fan. And I've come out and condemned every single one of these people for previous actions done in the past. Hell, I was a Hasan Piker. I used to watch Hasan Piker back when he played video games. Y'all remember that? I used to watch Hasan before he got into politics. I used to watch Destiny for his political takes until he suddenly started getting really extreme. Like, I've condemned many of people just because they've started to go down a morally gray area, and then later on went a really dark path. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I jumped off the boat when I did, type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Us versus them.
You know, when it comes to what he's saying here, I think it's really twofold. Like, why these people are scared.
And to be fair, I was I always say it like this because it's easier, but I was a top Donald Trump hater. And in today's modern day, I'm starting to see, like, all right, he's doing some good stuff here and there. I definitely don't like everything he's doing. He's messing up big time in a lot of places. He's scheming. He's doing some crazy shit. Like, oh, hell no, bro. Bro is scheming. That whole Bitcoin situation is one thing. The whole freaking the Epstein list is a whole other. But, like, I gotta admit, he's done some stuff that I'm like, oh, damn, you know what? If we got a little bit of that here in LA, maybe we would have had some freaking, we'd have a better situation.
Hasan and his community, it's because, number one,
but we gotta be willing to
sponsorships and opportunities.
especially if you hold somebody in high regards, you have to be willing to criticize them. I feel like, personally, I feel like the more I idolize someone, the more I see someone as a hero, or the more I see someone as like a figure to be an inspiration, the more I harshly criticize them. You get what I'm saying?
You know, you see,
like,
with these
I thought
LA
better of you type of deal.
Streamers who are kind of all interconnected, they're afraid to say anything negative about Hasan because they will be ousted from the group. We've heard that many different times. On top of that, they will willingly defend him and make complete fools out of themselves in the process, as we've seen over the past 2 weeks. So I think that's one of the fears.
Blatant lies,
the second
too.
fear is the community. That's going to brigade you forever. Unfortunately, if you make one mistake that makes them angry, as you see with Ludwig, that continues on for 18 months without him ever talking about Hasan. That's just the way it is. Like, they're gonna...
Rev is definitely right. However, I also gotta point out, I feel like it's also like, this is any major community too. There's tribalism. It's not as extreme, and let's be honest, it's just because the topics that Hasan discusses are very extreme topics, period, right? It's like stuff that really gets people, like, really hyped up, or really, like, you know, in like protesting type of topics. You know what I'm saying? The kind of stuff that gets people out in the streets to protest. So people get real accelerated, let's say. Whereas with most other communities, it's more like, oh, this one person did something stupid. No, they didn't. Shut up. They're fine. You know, like where it's like, oh, I just don't want to admit the fault of my favorite peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Attack you forever, so that shouldn't stop you from speaking your mind.
Like, no,
or
don't get mad at my favorite
criticizing
VTuber.
Hasan, because they're just gonna do it anyways, right? But that's the status with Ludwig. He has stepped out and criticized Hasan. Now, there's another clip here. I'll just describe it. But basically, he says he doesn't want to have beef with anyone, including Hasan and his community. But dude, I'm sorry, you stepped out of line. You're gonna be a lifelong enemy of that community. That's just the way it is. Anyone.
The thing is, he is 100%. He is. The Hasan Piker community is still going after Destiny, still going after Ethan Klein, still going after. Oh my god, dude! The freaking more Pegasus. It's freaking sensitive society. Like the amount of people that they still freaking rag on. Freaking Nick Oreo. It's freaking insane. Freaking not only him but his orbiters too. Like Mike from PA and that one guy who freaking put out a hit out on Destiny. Like it's freaking it's insane. But to be honest with you, at a certain point, I feel like Ludwig is gonna have to make a decision between whether he's gonna be willing to take harassment from the Hasan camp, the Destiny camp, the Asmon camp, everyone's camp. Are you gonna be willing to deal with that, or are you just gonna lose all your sponsorships just the same way that Hasan is? Because the thing is, Hasan Piker's a multi-millionaire. He doesn't need sponsorships. I'm pretty sure Ludwig needs some monies. Like even if he doesn't, like he might have a lot of money. I don't think he's Hasan Piker rich. So Hasan Piker can piss off all the sponsors, but Ludwig, not only does he have to concern himself with his sponsors, but any sponsors that might be involved with his girlfriend's show, Cutie Cinderella. So flat out, I feel like Ludwig is looking out for number one here, and number two, which is, you know, his girlfriend. So it's like, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's valid. I think it's fair.
Who's dealt with this, you understand.
Fair enough.
That's just the way it is forever. But
screw it. Yeah, screw all of them.
You're going to get it one way or another. Staying silent, they're going to keep doing it. Or if you...
That is the only answer, though. That is the only answer. It's just to, like, ignore them. Ban them if they bring it up. Ignore them. Somebody comes in, hey, you freaking Hasan, I ban. Shut up. I don't care. That's simple. Piss them off. They're gonna be mad no matter what, so piss them off even more. Who cares?
Just the same amount. So that's that situation. But hey, it's not a Hasan video without checking out his very
Hasan's talking about politics. No one cares because you abuse your dog. Fair enough.
A person running for mayor in New York City. In quotes, we must send minors to prison. This did not go well. Like I said, I think he's...
Yeah, it was the top comment. We must send dog abusers to prison.
Political tweets,
I agree.
They like dominate, right?
I agree. Anybody that abuses dogs should be sent to prison. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna state. That is the beginning and ending of my statement. Anyone who abuses animals, the dogs, let's say specifically anyone who abuses dogs, should be sent to jail.
Flack from people, but like this is just a random assortment of the top comments. We must send dog abuser to prison. Get in. Ratioing him. F these authoritarian
people are
fascist
going
dictators.
crazy
And
with
he zaps
this.
his dog in this comic. Now do animal abusers. Who cares what you think? You abuse your dog. We must send dog abusers to prison. Did you tweet this from the light of your dog's electric collar?
From the light, damn.
On, and then this one's hilarious.
Oh, the Revenge of Kaya, bro! She
But there
freaking
was
zapped him back!
someone who responded and got about 6 or 7 times the amount of likes. Oh, it's the candidate.
Oh, no freaking way! The guy, he was trying to, like, quote, if they commit violent crimes in furtherance of street gangs. Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that. If there's someone who is considered a minor and they commit violent crimes, like, because they're part of some freaking street gang, hell yeah, lock them up, screw them. I don't care. Nah, son. Even when I was 14-year-old, I had like other freaking compatriots here in LA that were like flashing their freaking like they had force multipliers, and we were like 14, bro. Motherfuckers were like sneaking it around and shit in their backpack, like it, like you know what I'm saying, like showing it off. No, bro, like I'm not gonna get into it, but like I can agree with like no, if they're a part of a gang, at a certain point, like even if they're minors, you kind of have to understand, like, all right, you're a minor, but you know damn well what the hell you're doing. Like, you need to like no.
From there, yeah, he would directly respond.
If they're
to
actually
Hasan's
committing violent
claims,
crimes, like
and he
actually committing
says,
violence, like, no,
clarifying,
then not, hell no.
If they commit violent
Get rid of
crimes
'em.
in furtherance of street gangs, yes, and people who abuse animals too. By the way,
Agreed.
and as this person down here reacts, oh,
Oh,
yeah, this was a shocking response from Curtis here, but
it is
one
incredibly
that is
shocking.
a growing trend of these politicians either cutting ties with Hasan or dunking on him, and it's fascinating to see. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
Here's my thoughts, brother. The atmosphere left behind by the entire Hasan Piker shocking his dog situation is electrifying. It feels absolutely electrifying, and people are ecstatic to see this dog is falling. Alright, that's enough. God, listen, have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning. Please go drop a like, go drop a sub. To Rev Says Desu for the video. Great content. I gotta go to bed. I got a doctor's appointment early in the morning. Thank you all so much for joining me. Goodbye. Thank you all so much for joining us in today's live stream. It's been a pleasure. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning, evening, whatever it happens to be, wherever you happen to be. Goodbye. And thank you so much for swinging by. Saru! Ayoo, Monodachis! Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find links to the videos that we reacted to today down in the description below, along with my Oshi marks. I'll see you in the next video, Monos. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. Saru!